Black support for President Joe Biden at an all-time low. I'm not talking about just low based on the standards of the Biden administration. I'm talking about low based on the standards of polling data as it relates to Democrats in the modern era. That's how bad it is. There's a new poll out. President Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, they're not looking good at all. It has fallen now by double digits. It was already headed in the wrong direction in the first place as it relates to Biden. Back in 2021, Senator Cory Booker warned that Democrats would need to get the black vote to win vital elections during November 2022 midterms. He said it. Biden's approval rating has lost 20 points since the summer of 2021, and the president had the support of damn near 90%, 87% of black voters. Now that approval rating is 67% according to Mediate. Biden's net approval, I want you to contrast the numbers overall. His net approval rating fell about 38 points among independents in Michigan, along with 33-point declines with the group in Georgia and Minnesota. More than half of Democratic voters strongly approve of Biden's performance in only one state, Wyoming, compared to 47 states in the first quarter of 2021. In 2020, Democrats won more than 77% of black voters in House races. This is important. Current polling shows the party is only 62% among black voters in House races. Now let's talk about this for a minute. You go from almost 80%, 77% of black support is typically connected to various congressional races in the midterm election cycle. That's how it works in a normative cycle. Sometimes that number is even higher. When you have an effective president, you have a hyper turnout. When you have an ineffective president, at least as it is interpreted by the voting masses, you have a depressed turnout. Now you have what's called an anomaly. This is not normative whatsoever. This is the lowest polling we have seen ever connected to black voters and Democrats. That's a problem. Now, I know some people will say, black people just need to get up and vote. No, black people need to have a reason to vote. This is a job interview. It's an application process. You are hired as a politician. That vote is the board of directors saying they have confidence in your ability to deliver. So let's talk about the deliverables. When you run on a platform that says, vote for us and here's what we're going to do for you. We're going to deliver you criminal justice reform. We are going to deliver a pay equity model. We are going to build back better. We're going to make sure that if you vote for us, we are going to protect your rights, voting rights being primary. And then after a couple of years, you're saying, well, we're not able to do it because of these other factors we did not calculate during the time we told you we could do it. Let me be very clear. There are moves on the table. And I get it, we don't elect a king, we elect a president. That president is contextualized through the reality of a democracy. I get that 100%. Also get the fact that there are moves on the table that Biden has refused to make that are available to him as the chief executive of this country. He has refused to launch a holistic and aggressive campaign against Democrats who refuse to get with the program. He doesn't go after Sinema. He doesn't go after Manchin. He may send out a press release from the White House. He may put something on the website, but he doesn't really go after them. I would park and camp in their states until they would know more. They would not have to worry about getting past a general because I will make sure they could not get past a Democratic primary. Let's play ball. That's how you do it. This is a new era of politics. Joe Biden is an institutionalist. Remember when he said that nothing will fundamentally change? Remember he said that? We should have believed him. There's more. And listen, I'm harsh, I know, but I'm harsh for a reason. I need them to snap out of it. I need them to snap out of it because they are not connected to the communities that I'm connected to or you're connected to. They're in a bubble, they're in a silo. They're not adversely affected by these policies like we are. They don't get to see it and feel it and be in the atmosphere of it like we do. So I'm hoping they snap out of this. That's why I'm willing to give them tough love today. There's more. Network senior data reporter Harry Enton noted on CNN, and I quote, I want to put this in a historical comparison for you. This really gets at how low that 62-point margin is. Democrats have won black voters by 75% or more in every single election this century. The last time Democrats had similar low ratings with black voters was in 2004, when Democrats attracted only 77% support for John Kerry. Remember what happened there? While the CNN poll did not go into the reasons behind the low polling, many experts think it is due to disappointment and frustration felt by black voters. You don't say. You don't say. You see, we voted for not only a political party, black folks voted for a fundamental change. They voted for different. They voted for transformation. They said, this is something we need an advocate to change for this country. Now let's talk about this plainly. Black people have routinely been the moral voice of this entire country. From the civil rights movement to the women's suffrage movement, and it goes on and on. Think about how bad this country would be today, how immoral this country would be today if it had not been for black folks leading and guiding the moral compass. Joe Biden would not be president right now if it had not been for black voters. There's more. William Joyner, a 54-year-old Democrat, in a New York Times interview said, and I quote, Biden made promises to black people he has not kept yet. A lot of people are upset with Biden. We have high gas prices. Everything is so expensive right now. Here's what's going to happen. It's called the pylon effect. There are things that Biden will get blamed for that's truly outside of his control. But there's so much that is within his control. And when you come across as a person who cannot deliver, then they will start blaming you for it all. Let me make another comparison. Donald Trump delivered very little based on the promises he made. Look at it pound for pound. He delivered very little. But he made his core feel like he tried his absolute best. Now, I don't like his methodology. I don't like the man. I don't like who he is nor what he represents. But his base believed he tried to execute the strategy and the platform protocol with everything he had. Now, did he really? Probably not. But his people believe he did. He was willing to break the law. He was willing to continue to push the needle until the judge told him not to. Why don't we do that? Why don't we push the needle, push the agenda? I mean, we're hiding behind some office policy about the filibuster at the US Senate, or maybe perhaps we need to hide behind the parliamentarian who nobody elected in this country. No, parliamentarian says, no, we cannot do this in the budget because it does not connect to the debt. The fiscal budget must be included in order for us to bypass the filibuster rules. Thus saith the parliamentarian. Damn the parliamentarian. You know what happened in the 90s when the parliamentarian tried that with Republicans? They fired the parliamentarian and got another one in that did exactly what they wanted to do. It's called politics, damn it, play ball. There has seemingly been no movement on Biden's much touted lift every voice, a plan for Black America, which was a major campaign promise to Black America. Reparations have not moved forward and the government failed to pass any meaningful police reform. All promises made. This is a policy game. Policy is the contract between community and government. You give us a bad contract, we reject it. Now, I'm hoping that my dear brother, President Biden, wakes up to the reality of what is about to go down. They are setting the stage for a dictatorship to be next. You have an opportunity here to do the right thing. And maybe this poll, maybe the midterm election cycle will shake you out of whatever dream you're in. Wild's thoughts here.
Man, I really don't have a lot to add. You so thoroughly pointed out the many things that Joe Biden can do directly himself in order to improve things for Black Americans. And what I think is important for people to realize is, a lot of their sloganeering during Biden's campaign was this idea that the Democrats specifically were going to save you. And then, when these guys get in power, they have the power to enact policies. People like Manchin and Sinema can say no, ostensibly who are Democrats. And so if you can't promise me that Democrats are gonna move in lockstep with the agenda of their leader, what is the point of that messaging? And the second thing I will say that I hope comes out of this, brother Richey, is that Black voters realize they've been led astray by the Black leadership class, honestly. You look at cats like Clyburn whipping up votes for Biden, church leaders, you name it, all of these Black institutions that get out the vote for the Democratic Party and be like, they're gonna get it done for you guys. They're gonna get it done for the folks. I would hope that the masses of Black people would look at the Black leadership class and have some strongly worded questions for those people as well.
Very well said. And I remember a few years ago, a woman named Michelle Nunn was running for the US Senate from the state of Georgia. She was not successful, but an email leaked to the media from her campaign. And this email was part of their campaign strategy. And was it laid out a policy plan in order to obtain the Jewish vote, a policy plan in order to obtain the white female voters, a policy plan for white males. And then when it got to Black voters, it simply said, go to the churches, get influencers. There was no policy sentence connected to their internal campaign strategy to motivate Black voters to vote.
They've been running this game on us for 40 years, Dr. Richey.
Yeah, time out for that. All right, 62%, and the number is going in the wrong direction still.